Imagine working all day, coming home exhausted, and still wondering if there's enough money for rent, food, and your child's future. Now imagine waking up one day, and for the first time, you feel in control of your money. If you're a single parent in America, this isn't just about budgeting, it's about survival. It's about stability. It's about giving your child a life better than yours. You carry everything on your shoulders: bills, responsibilities, stress, and still show up every single day. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Most people think they're broke because they don't make enough money. But that's not always true. The real reason most people struggle is because they were never taught how to manage money. No system, no plan, just guesswork every month. And that's exactly what changes today. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple, step-by-step money system that works, even if you're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't need a finance degree, you don't need a high income, and you definitely don't need to be good with money. In fact, one small habit I'll show you later can help you save your first $1,000 faster than you think. So stay with me till the end, because this might be the video that finally puts you back in control of your money and your future. Why most single parents stay broke? It's not your fault. Let's be honest for a second. Being a single parent isn't just hard, it's financially overwhelming. You're managing rent, groceries, childcare, school expenses, and doing it all on one income. And every month feels like a race between your paycheck and your bills. Prices keep going up, groceries cost more, rent keeps rising, gas isn't cheap, but your income, it barely moves. And the hardest part, it's not just about money, it's the stress that comes with it. The constant thinking, what if something goes wrong? What if I can't cover an emergency? But here's something important you need to hear. Back-end index pointing right, it's not your fault. You were never taught how to manage money the right way. No one showed you how to divide your income, how to plan ahead, or how to build a safety net. So what happens? You just try to survive each month, hoping nothing breaks. Take Sarah, for example, a single mom earning $3,000 a month. She wasn't overspending, she wasn't irresponsible. But by the end of every month, her account was at zero. Not because she didn't work hard, but because she didn't have a system. And once she learned one simple system, everything started to change. The 5-bucket money rule, game changer. All right, this is where everything starts to change. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this one line, back-end index pointing right. Give every dollar a job. Most people don't control their money controls them. Why? Because it just comes in and goes out with no clear plan. So here's a simple system that anyone, even a teenager, can follow. It's called the 5-bucket money rule. Think of your money like slices of a pizza. Each slice has a purpose. Asterisk asterisk dividing your pizza into slices in the followings asterisk asterisk 1. Needs 50 to 60%. This is for essentials, rent, groceries, utilities, transportation. 2. Bills 20%. Things like phone bills, subscriptions, insurance. 3. Savings 10%. This is your future. Pay yourself first, even if it's a small amount. 4. Emergency fund 5 to 10%. This protects you when life throws surprises. 5. Fun 5%. Yes, even now, you deserve a little joy. When your money is divided like this, you stop guessing and start controlling. Without a system, money disappears. With a system, money starts working for you. And here's the crazy part. Most people never do this, which is exactly why they stay stuck. But even with a system, there's one big problem people face. They still can't save money. So let's fix that next. How to save money, even if broke. Let's talk about something that feels impossible for most people: saving money when you barely have enough to survive. It sounds unrealistic, right? But here's the truth. Saving money is not about how much you have, it's about how you start. Most people think, I'll save when I earn more. But that day rarely comes. When income increases, expenses usually increase too. So instead of waiting, you start small. Start with just $1 a day. It sounds tiny, almost pointless, but it does something powerful. It builds the habit of saving, and habits change everything. Now here's where most people lose money without realizing it: silent expenses. These are the small things draining your account every month. Subscriptions you forgot about, eating out too often, impulse purchases. Individually, they feel harmless, but together, they quietly destroy your ability to save. Your next step is simple. Track your money for 7 days. Just 7. Write down everything you spend. Every dollar. Because once you see where your money is going, you can finally take control of it. Another powerful trick is using cash envelopes that when you physically see money leaving your hands, you naturally spend less. It creates awareness, and awareness leads to control. Remember this. Backhand index pointing right. You don't need more money. You need fewer leaks. Fix the leaks first, and saving becomes possible. And once you save your first $100, you'll realize something important. This is actually working. Emergency fund. Now let's talk about the one thing that separates financial stress from financial stability. Your emergency fund. Because here's the reality. Life doesn't warn you before it hits. A car breaks down. A child gets sick. Hours at work get cut. And suddenly, everything feels like it's falling apart. Most people don't have a backup plan. When an emergency happens, they turn to credit cards, loans, or borrowing money. And that's where the real problem begins, because one emergency turns into months or even years of debt. That's why your emergency fund is not just savings. Backhand index pointing right, it's protection. It's the difference between a small setback and a financial disaster. Now you might be thinking, I can't even save regularly. How am I supposed to build an emergency fund? And that's a fair question. The answer is simple. You don't start big. You start with a goal of just $1,000, not $10,000. Not perfection, just $1,000. Why? Because that small amount can handle most basic emergencies. And more importantly, it gives you peace of mind. Build it slowly. Use the same habit from earlier. Save small amounts consistently, even $5, $10, $20 at a time. Because once you have this safety net, something powerful happens. You stop living in fear. You stop panicking over every unexpected expense. And for the first time, you feel a little bit in control. Debt escape plan. Now let's talk about something that silently drains your money every single month. Debt. Credit cards, personal loans, unpaid bills. At first, it feels manageable. Just a small payment each month. But over time, it builds pressure. And before you know it, you're not working for your future, backhand index pointing right. You're working to pay your past. Debt isn't just numbers on a screen. It's stress, it's anxiety, it's that constant feeling in the back of your mind that you're falling behind. So how do you actually escape it? Not with complicated strategies, not with perfection, but with something simple and powerful, backhand index pointing right, the snowball method. Here's how it works. You list all your debts, from smallest to largest. Then you focus on paying off the smallest debt first, while making minimum payments on the rest. Now you might ask, why not pay the biggest one first? Because this isn't just about math, it's about momentum. When you pay off your first small debt, you feel a win, and that win gives you motivation to keep going. Then you move to the next and the next. Each payment builds confidence. Each win builds energy, and slowly, the weight starts to lift. Remember this. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. Because once your debts are gone, your money finally becomes yours again. And that's when real progress begins. Building income. Now here's a truth most people don't want to hear. You can't cut your way to wealth. Yes, budgeting helps. Yes, saving is important. But at some point, backhand index pointing right, you need to increase your income. Because there's only so much you can cut. You can skip coffee, cancel subscriptions, reduce spending, but you can't cut your rent in half. You can't stop buying groceries. So instead of only focusing on saving, you start thinking about earning more. And no, this doesn't mean working 18 hours a day. It means starting small and starting smart. Look around your life. Are there things you don't use anymore? Clothes, furniture, electronics? Sell them. That's your first quick win. Then think about simple side hustles, not complicated businesses, just small ways to earn extra cash. Babysitting, food delivery, freelancing online, or even helping someone with a basic skill you already have. And here's the key, backhand index pointing right, you don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Even an extra $100 or $200 a month can make a huge difference. That IT can help you save faster, pay off debt quicker, and reduce stress. And over time, that small extra income can grow into something bigger. Remember this, you're not stuck where you are. You're just one step away from moving forward. Because when your income grows, your options grow. And that's when life starts to feel a little easier. Building a future. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Because this isn't just about surviving month to month. This is about building a future for you and your children. When you start getting your money under control, something powerful happens. You stop thinking only about bills and start thinking about possibilities. One of the most important things you can do is this. Backhand index pointing right. Teach your children about money. Even in small ways. Show them how saving works. Explain why you don't buy everything instantly. Let them see that money is something to manage, not something to fear. Because the habits they learn now will shape their entire future. Now let's talk about something small but powerful, investing. And don't worry. You don't need to be rich to start. You don't need complicated knowledge. You just need consistency. Even small amounts, invested over time, can grow. But the real goal here is not just investing money. It's building stability. A life where emergencies don't break you. A life where opportunities don't scare you. And here's the most important part. Backhand index pointing right. You are not just managing money. You are breaking a cycle. A cycle of stress, a cycle of survival, a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Every smart decision you make today is shaping your child's tomorrow. So even if progress feels slow, don't stop. Because you're not just building savings, you're building freedom. And that is the real goal. Let's bring everything together now. If you've made it this far, you already understand something powerful. Money management is not about being perfect, it's not about earning a huge salary, and it's definitely not about luck. It's about small, consistent decisions repeated over time. We covered a full system today. You learned how to control your money using the 5-bucket rule. You learned how to start saving. Even if you feel broke, you learned why an emergency fund is your financial safety net. You learned how to escape debt step by step. You learned how to increase income in simple ways. And most importantly, you learned how to start building a better future. But here's the truth that really matters. Backhand index pointing right, nothing changes until you apply it. Watching is not enough. Understanding is not enough. Action is what changes everything. So start small. Pick just one thing from this video. Maybe saving $1 today. Maybe writing down your expenses. Maybe planning your first emergency fund step. Just start somewhere. Because every big financial success started with one small decision. And remember this, you are not behind. You are not stuck. And you are not alone in this journey. If this video helped you even a little, backhand index pointing right, like the video so more. People can find it. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe for more simple money guides. Backhand index pointing right, and comment, I'm starting today, so you commit to your first step. Because your financial comeback starts with what you do next.
If you've enjoyed our content and found it valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss any of our future videos designed to help you achieve financial freedom.